kiss for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my another video on Android app development. And so guys, this will be the part 8 of my video series on group chatting using Firebase in Android Studio. Alright guys, so in this video we will start the group chat activity since we have done the login and registration part of our app. And so now we will start working on the group chat activity. So first of all, before that, let's first of all set up our Firebase. So first of all, you need to go to authentication, and then you need to set up the sign in method, and from that you need to enable the email and password. Click save, then you need to click on database, and now then from here you need to select this real-time database and click on create, and make sure you select the start in test mode. This means that the user does not need to be authenticated before he needs to access the data. So it means that the security rules are defined as public, so everyone can steal or delete the data in your database. So after that, what we can do, so here we need to open the group chat activity, and from that we already have the linear layout. Then we need a recycler view, and we will mark it as match parent and wrap content, and then we can say align parent bottom true, and also we can say parent start to true, then we can say parent top to also true, and then we can say margin bottom, and we need to set it to 45 dp. Alright, then after we have this recycler view, what we have here is we need another relative layout, and it will be match parent and wrap content, and then it will be here, it will have the align parent bottom, it will be true, then we will have the parent start, it will also be true, then we can say background, and we need to set the background to color primary, or we can say color green 400, and set the padding top to 5 dp. And after this, inside this relative layout, we need to have the linear layout, and it will be match parent and wrap content, and the orientation will be horizontal, so we can set the orientation as horizontal. And after that, here we will have an edit text, and for this edit text we can set it to match parent and wrap content, and here we can set the id et message, and then we set the weight to 1, and we set the text color, and the text color will be C90 dbc, and the hint will be enter message. Alright, then we will have an image button. So for the image button, we can say the width will be 45 dp, and the height will be also be 45 dp, and let's set the background, and it will be hash c6 c36 c30c, sorry, and then we can set the id of this button, and it will be btn send. Then we will have the source, and we can set the source as drawable slash IC sent black 24 dp. Alright, so that is it for our for the layout of this group chat activity. Then now we need to go to our group chat activity, and here first of all we will have a couple of objects. So first of all we will have the Firebase auth, so we have this Firebase auth, and then we will have the Firebase database, then we will have the, and we can name the Firebase database as database, then we can have database reference and we name it as message db, and then we will have the message adapter, and we need to now create an adapter for that. So let's go to new package and write adapters, and inside this adapters package create a new Java class and name it as message adapter. Press OK, and here you can see now we can import the class, and after that we need the user u, and then we need a list of type message. So we need to create this message model. So first of all inside this model, now click new and click on Java class and name it as message. So inside this, what will be this message? So it will have 3 strings. So first of all it will have a message, then it will have string name and then string key. Alright, then we will have an empty constructor for our message, so we can say public message this, and then we will have the default constructor and as well as the getter and setter. So here we can generate the default constructor, the constructor for these 3 items, and after that we can have the getter and setter. So here we have this getter and setter. So after that we will have the toString method, and instead of returning this we can so we can just copy this and paste it here, and instead of this user, first of all we can have message, just change it, then here we will have the message, this will also be the message, then we will have name, it will be same, then we will have key instead of this email. So here we will have this key, and then we will have let's now go to this, and we can now easily integrate the message object. So make sure that you select this one, and let's also import the list. Then we need the recycler view, and let's set the recycler view name to rv message recycler view message. Then we will have an edit text which we initialized in our design, so we can name it as et message. Then we will have the image button, here we have the image button, and then inside this on create method we first of all need to use the create a method named init, and just create this method, and inside this method what you are going to write is we are going to bind first of all and initialize all the initialize the model and the array list, for example. So here we first of all have auth equal to firebase auth dot get instance, then we will have the database, so we can say the database equal to firebase database dot get instance, then we will have the user, so we can say u equal to new user, then we will have the recycler view, so we can bind the view, so we can say find view by id r.id.rv message, and now we need to set this rv message inside this rv sector view. So for that we can set the id, and here we have rv message initialized here. Then we have the et message, and we can say find view by id r.id.et message, and then we will have the button, image button. So we can say image button equal to image button find view by id r.id.btn send. Then we can say image button dot set on click listener, and we can pass this. Then we can say message. Okay, so instead of this message we can say messages. So here we have this messages equal to new array list. All right, and then we first of all need to implement the view dot on click listener. So we can say implements view dot on click listener, and here we need to implement the method on click. We will write the code later. So after this we can, what we can do, okay, so whenever the app starts, so the on start method is called, so we need to call the method, override the method on start, and inside this on start method we now can, okay, so here we first of all can get the Firebase user object. So we can say final Firebase user, and we name it as current user equal to out dot get current user. Then we can set the u dot set user id. Then we can say current user dot get user id. Then we can say u dot set email, and we can set the email to current user dot get email. And finally now what we can do here, we can say database dot get reference, and inside this we need to use the reference. So for that we have users, and for again we have the child, and here we will have current user dot get user id, and then we can say add listener for single value event, and then we will have new value event listener. And inside this on data change method, what we are gonna do, we can say u equal to data snapshot dot get value, and here we can pass user dot class. Then similarly we can say u dot set user id, and we can say current user dot get user id, and then we can say all methods dot name equal to u dot get name. And for this we need to create the all methods class. So we can say public java class all methods, and inside this all methods class we can say public static string name equal to empty. So here we can now import our all methods class. Then after this we can say message db equal to database dot get reference, and here we can say messages. Then we can say message db dot add child value event listener new child event listener, and here we will write the semicolon, and then we can have, okay, so in on child edit method, this method will display all the messages. So for that we can simply say message equal to data snapshot dot get value, and here we can pass the message dot class, and then we can say message dot set key, and what will be the key, so we can say data snapshot dot get key. Alright, then we can add it to our array list, so we can say messages dot add, and we can add this message object, and finally we can now display messages, and we need to pass the messages array list. So now we can create this display messages class inside our this, and here what we can do, we can say rv message dot set layout manager, and here we can say new linear layout manager, and we can say group chat activity dot this, then we can say rv message dot set has fixed size and mark it true. Okay, so I think we don't need this, and after that we can say adapt. Okay, so now we need to create the adapter, so we have this message adapter, and we can say equal to new message adapter, and inside this we can have the group chat activity dot this, and then we have the messages array list, and then we have the message db. Alright, and then we can simply say rv message dot set adapter, and we can pass the message adapter here. Alright, then okay, so we need to now add the include the message the adapter here, so we will do that in our next part of the video. So after that, what we can do, after displaying the message, we were inside our on create on child edit. So now we move back, and then inside our on child change method we need to display the change. So for that we can say message equal to data snapshot dot get value, and here we can pass message dot class, and then we can say message dot set key, and here we can pass the data snapshot dot get key. Alright, then we have the list, so we can say list of type message, and we name it as new messages, and it will be equal to new array list of type messages, and then we can say for message m, and here we can say messages if m dot get key, and here we can say if it is equal to message dot get key. If they both are equal, then we can say new, we will add the messages, so we can say new messages dot add, and we can add the message object. Then inside our else part we will add new messages dot add, and this time we will add just the m. Alright, after this for loop we can just say messages equal to new messages, and finally we can display the messages, and we can pass the messages list. Alright, then after that we will do the coding for our own child removed method, and for that we again need to use message equal to data snapshot dot get value, and here we need to pass message dot class, then we can say message dot set key, and here we can pass the data snapshot dot get key, and then we can have similarly for the list, so we can say list message, and we can say new messages equal to new array list, then we can say we can use the for loop again, so we can say for message messages, and then we can check if not equal, if m dot get key is not equal to message dot get key, then we can say new messages dot add, and we can simply add the messages. Then after this for loop we can again say messages equal to new messages, and then we can finally display the messages, and we can pass the messages array list. Alright, so I think the video is a bit longer, but I need to complete the coding. So after that we now need to, okay, so first of all let me just enclose it. Alright, then we can say, okay, so here we need to override the method on resume, then here we can just initialize our array list of messages, so we can say messages equal to new array list. Alright, then here we have the method for the on click event, we need to write the message, and here we can say so what we can do, we can first of all can check if text utils dot is empty. If the message is not empty, so we can say et message dot get text dot toString, so we can say message equal to new message, and here we can say et message dot get text dot toString, and then we can say u dot get name, and let me see the message object here. Okay, so it is saying that we don't have the message. Here we have the message, and it is okay, there we only need two things, we don't need the key. There is, we have the string message and the string name. So here now the error is removed. So here we can say after we initialize the message, so we can just set the it to, we can say et message dot set text, and we need to make it empty. Then we finally need message tb dot push, and we need to push it, and we can say dot set value, and here we can pass the message object. Alright, and inside this else part we can say toss dot you cannot send blank message. Alright, so now our on complete method. Okay, so here we need to have the logout feature, So here we need to add another, the menu. So go to Android resource directory, new, and select menu from here, select OK, then create the menu, and now you need to have new menu resource and name it as menu. Alright, so in here we can have the menu. So here we can say item, and the item will be, the ID will be menu logout, then it will be, the title will be logout. Alright, so after that let me see where is the error. Okay, so I think it will be removed in our last part of the video series. So guys, I think that is enough for this video. I hope you have followed me step by step. So guys, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Goodbye.